Positive energy and good vibrations from me to you. You have now tuned in to the Imperfect Fathers podcast.
Yo, what it do? What it do? What's
Yo, listen,
what up?
man, listen.
What
Before we
happened?
even get started, man, listen.
Okay.
If
What happened?
if you are a perfect father, this podcast is not for you.
Yeah, hey,
If you got everything going on right, and you the man, and your
exit
family is
stage
right,
left.
listen, man, this podcast ain't for you, man. It's for the imperfect fathers like me and
Facts.
RJ. Hey,
Facts.
we trying to get it together. So if that's you, come on in, man. We got something for you.
Pull on up, man. Pull on up. Listen, positive energy and good vibrations, man. What's the word out there, yo? I am excited. I got my man Carl in the building. It's about to be a whole new vibe around here. Yo, this season we about to jump into right now is one in which you have never seen before, because the truth of the matter is we ain't seen it either. you feel what I'm saying? We about to slide into this right now, bro. Like, and as my good brother just said, yo, if you are a perfect father, this platform is definitely not for you. So do yourself a favor. Spare us the aggravation of your comments. Spare us the aggravation of the nonsense that you're going to come bring to us because you are perfect. Spare us the headaches of all the things that you might say because you might not agree with us because you are perfect. And just do yourself a favor. Don't waste your time. This is not for you. This content is not for you. As you can clearly see above my head, it says the imperfect fathers. We are the guys that's just trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We are going through life trying to figure it out. But what we're not doing, we are not letting our imperfections be our excuse. We are letting the imperfections that we do have be the reasons why we come on this platform to help the other men be better men as we do on a regular basis. So, Carl, do me a favor before we even get into anything else. Let the people know who you are and where you from, bro, and all the good jazz, man.
Hey, man, they call me Coach Carl P, man. I am your transformational speaker, man. And as always, man, I got a community called Speak Life Academy, man, where every day like-minded individuals come together just like me and you, man, and we speak life into each other. You looking for me, man, you can find me on Instagram at the Coach Carl P. Also, if you need me, I'm on TikTok too. Same guy at the Coach Carl P. Listen, man, if you want some good energy, you want some good word, come holler at your boy, man, because I speak change.
Facts. And listen, like, one thing that this world that we're in right now, this era we're in, Carl, that speaking is probably the most powerful thing in our atmosphere right now, in the climate that we're in right now. And I think as in the last couple of years, being that podcasting and all these things have taken off, we've seen a dramatic increase in people just talking and how impactful people are talking is. So if anybody understands the impact of words and what they can do to people, is you speak life. And one thing I want to do publicly before we even get started with the show is I want to give you your flowers, man, for consistently being consistent with speaking life into me personally. You dig what I'm saying? Those messages on the text for y'all. Well, this is some back behind the scenes stuff, but my man be sending me some inspirational joints just for me. Like, yo, RJ, we need you out here. Get up. And what he don't know is some of the days that he was writing me or even giving me those voice notes, I was under the covers in my bed, not wanting to see the light of day. So just know that it's important what you're doing out here, and speaking life is what we need to be doing, and not just to our own situations, but into each other, man. So I commend you for that. Welcome to the platform, and listen, y'all, get to know my dude because it's about to get popping in here. You heard me?
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, King. I appreciate that, and also, man, back at you, man. Back at you, because every time you show up, I'm watching, man. And you know, it's those times when you don't want to do nothing. It's
Right.
those times when you beating yourself up, man. You gotta have somebody to pull you out of that, man. Somebody say, come on, man. You can't stay here long. I know you may be hurting, but you can't stay here long. And
Right.
sometimes a band-aid can't cover it up. You know, some wounds, man, a band-aid can't cover it up. You need somebody to straight snatch you up, man. And sometimes, man, that's what we need, because that's what's gonna take us to where we're trying to get to.
Absolutely. Hey, man, and I'm just, like I said before, I'm blessed right now because I have a network of brothers that I can truly say, like, yo, listen, today I'm not all right. You dig what I'm saying? And I won't be judged for it. Like, there's a lot of brothers, man, we got walking around here that that are just simply afraid to say, yo, I'm not okay today. Fear of judgment, fear of criticism, and all that, man. But I feel like I'm one of the blessed ones that can say, like, yo, when the days that I'm down, I can get on the phone and say, yo, fellas, somebody pray for me. Somebody speak life into me. Somebody give me a word that I can use today to help me get through whatever I'm feeling for the day. So it's important to have your wolf pack, man. And like I said, once again, I do appreciate you being a part of the team. I appreciate you just being who you is. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, your authenticity is the reason why we even clicked up anyway off the rip. So I appreciate that, kid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I also need them to understand now. We are
What's up?
imperfect. We are imperfect fathers.
Fact.
But since I'm here now, this is what I'm saying. Since I'm here, since I'm in the building, I
Right.
have to do this because where I'm from, this we go hard in this avenue, man. We go hard. I don't care how old you are, we go hard. But look, we shoe check. Listen, man. Listen. What you talking about? What you talking about? Yeah, what you talking about? Yeah.
Shoe check.
Yeah,
Shoe
them young
check.
black
Roll,
dunks.
roll, go. So I'm gonna tell you how real and raw your boy is. I'm gonna give you my shoe check right now. Word up. Hold on. Let me pull these $1 million joints off my feet right quick. Wow, baby. Wow, baby. What you know about it, huh? What you know about it?
The new granddaddies, yeah.
The one time for the 2003 granddaddy, baby.
Yes,
you hear me?
Yes,
those are the limited editions too. You heard me?
Go get them today. Go get them today while they on sale, man.
Facts.
5% off.
Don't play with Nike. Yo, listen, Nike, you see what we doing out here in these streets. Don't play with us.
Yes, sir.
We got reasons for the season. You heard me? So don't play with us. We're coming for y'all, man.
Yes, sir. Pull up.
Mm-hmm. Yo, man, but as y'all always know, anytime we get on this platform, before we do anything, we gotta talk to the man upstairs and let him know that we appreciate just the fact that he even gave us life to even be in the situation we are right now. So with that being said, gracious and eternal God, the true and living one, I thank you. I'm grateful for who you are in my life. I'm grateful for who you are in our life. I'm just grateful to know you. Right now, I ask you in this moment to continue to be who you are, have been in my life, and everyone that's listening to under the sound of our voice. Right now, God, we pray that you come in this atmosphere and you cover us as we go forth these airwaves. We may say something that's going to help, inspire, entertain, as well as motivate and inspire a man to be the best version of himself, but not just who he is today, God, but for tomorrow and the rest of his life and his lineage and his legacy. These things we do pray in the matchless name of the Most High. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. So Carl, around the podcast, we have a little format. You dig what I'm saying? And
okay.
I didn't really have nothing queued up today right now for this episode for the watch and response. So we're gonna dip on the watch and response right now. But I want to get your take on what's going on in the climate of the sports world right now. What's your intake on the NBA? But just for the start with NBA. What's your take on the NBA right now, man?
Man, you know what? I say this. I like the old school NBA, man.
You gonna do that?
I'm
digging that too, youngins?
I'm digging the young guys, man. I see what they doing. You know, you got the main players in the game. You know, I see them, LeBron. You know, you got Durant, you got Harden. I see them, man. I see them. But for me, no disrespect to nobody. I'm Jordan, man. I'm in that Jordan era, man. And you know, maybe I'm showing my age. Maybe I'm showing my age a little too much. But yo, man, I'm that Jordan, that Bird, and that Magic, man. I'm that dude that when they coming down the court, you don't know who the point guard is, because the point guard is he looked like a big man bringing the ball up court. He's 6'9". That's what I like, man. I like that type of era, because you got to understand, I can't even forget about like Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady. Come on, man. Tim Hardaway, the Killer Cross. Come on, man.
Hey, UTEP two-step, huh?
What? and I ain't even gonna forget AI. I can't even forget AI.
Come on.
I can't even forget
he
AI.
in our culture. Like, so when you talk about that era, like, see, like I came in like I said, I started understanding basketball around 92 and 93. You understand? Like I started really understanding the game and really watching it around that era. So around that time, like I came in, I was like, yo, Jordan's the man. It was just something about that era, kid. Like it was like literally the golden era. But then it was other players that people just was like was raw. Like there was raw ballers. Like Clyde. See, people don't give Clyde his respect. You understand me?
Ooh.
Clyde had one of the pretty. Clyde's finger roll was up there with the Iceman's. And he was banging on. Listen, come on, like let's stop playing. Like everybody in that era, let's stop playing, yo. Like put some respect on that man's name. Like the only reason you disrespect him because Mike is Mike, and we got to just put it. Like just take that of Mike aside. If Mike wasn't in the league, right? Let's put Mike's greatness aside. If Mike wasn't in the league, you have to put some respect on Isaiah Ryder, huh?
Ooh.
Easy Ryder, huh? What are we talking about?
That's the first man to take the ball through his legs. What?
Come on, man. We got to put some respect on these men's name. Like just because they ran up against the Bucksaw and we named Mike, it's like nobody won in that era when he was in the league. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Just because you was in that era, you didn't win. Like for example, a killer, Reggie Miller.
Woo!
A killer.
Miller time. Woo!
Bruh.
Mr. Clutch, man. Mr. Clutch.
Mr. Kill My City. I love Reggie, but it was many nights I was ready to go to Indiana and pull up and just do something to his kneecaps. Especially when he was violating my man Spike. Like,
ooh.
Oh man. I ain't gonna lie. Like we was mad at Spike. The city of New York was mad at Spike a little bit. Because we felt like, we felt like if he just shut up and left Reggie alone.
Soon he started talking. Reggie go 10 straight. Like it was nothing.
Bro, and then when it was time for the free throws, Reggie over there showing the choke sign. I said, oh man.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. This
Classic.
is disrespectful. This is disrespectful. Bro, it was and like so like now where the NBA, I get it, is trying to make its money, it's too much of a soap opera. Like the sport of the game, where the game is on the court between the lines, I'm totally okay with. It's the evolution of the game, and I love it because some of the things that I'm watching in the game of basketball right now, I have to actually go out there and consciously work on and try. Like some of these moves with these dribble moves and these step backs and all these other combinations is like that I'm seeing is like I'm old school. Like I'm right to left crossover in and out. Like all these other new ones is like I'm like, wait a minute, snatch dribble, pound dribble.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't even know these existed.
Yeah. Because back then, what it was, the cross and sham guard.
That's Ooh. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Let's talk about that sham guard for a second. Yo, any two time, you don't even like you're not even a major league, like you're not even a league, really. You're not even a major star, but everyone knows your name and your move, or you're legendary.
Sir. Yes, sir.
God sham guard is legendary. If you play the sport of basketball, as a matter of fact, let's give it up for my man God sham guard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Word up, kid. Like, yo, listen, you know how many people I don't quote with that? Like from like the junior high school, like from that era, like you know how many people I don't rolled that ball out to and they just went forward and snatched it. Come in, where you going?
Yeah.
And it's deadly. And like I'm not gonna front. The first person, and I know Gilbert Arenas probably gonna kill me for saying this, but the first person that really, really used that in the league and really made it efficient was Manu Ginobili.
Yeah.
Didn't nobody really come out and snatch somebody until he came and did it. Like, now if I'm wrong, y'all do me a favor, get down in the comments. If I'm wrong, right, and if y'all know somebody who came in the league and made that move legit, because after if I'm not mistaken, after Manu, Westbrook started using it.
Oh, okay.
Remember, Westbrook came down. He got a highlight where he came down, sham got it, and right into a pass.
Yeah.
So, like I know I watch this game now, y'all. Like so, like I said, if I'm wrong, I can be wrong, and I will be wrong from time to time. I am the imperfect one, but get down in the comments and let me know who was the first one to do it. Then.
Well, since we talking about crossing, man, look, who's the best dunker, man? Come on. Give me some face.
Hands down. the best dunker of all time. BC, Vince Carter. Period. I mean, from every generation. I don't care. And now another one, y'all. We're gonna make this a real right here. Anybody knows or feels like somebody else is a better dunker in a different generation or different era than Vince Carter? Put me on. Let me know down in the comments. Who do you feel like was a better dunker than Vince Carter? As a matter of fact, Carl, who you feel like who's the best dunker?
I gotta agree with you, man. I gotta agree with Vince Carter, man, all day. VC, because the thing is, he didn't even tell you he was coming. No. You just knew he was coming. First step, you can't even get out the way. And you know, I gotta say it. The best highlight was in the Olympics when this man showed you, I can clear your head. Even though you 7 foot, I can clear you and still dunk on you.
Yo, oh my God. Yo, so I love podcasting, right? So, you know, we doing what we're doing right now, but I get a chance to sit around and listen to NBA players like KG, certified. Shout out to KG and them. Yeah. Gilbert Arenas, shout out to them. But yo, let me tell you, on one of the podcasts, KG was talking about how he didn't even realize what was happening until it happened. Like he had got the rebound and tipped it out, and when he went to go look back, he had looked up and Vince Carter was already in the air. And I heard just recently, Ben Baker was telling his part of the story. He was like, "Yo, it was a clip that he said that was the most selfish thing he had ever seen until the play happened because he was wide open. He was sitting there. If you watch the highlight, and I never recognized this until he said it, but." During the highlight, the play was so special, you didn't even see that Ben Baker's down at the rim, like, yo, give me the ball. I can lay it up mad easily. Like, you ain't got to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's just like, yo, give me the rock. Come on, don't be selfish. And Vince Carter didn't even see it, yo. He just literally levitated up. Now, another part that I love about podcasting, you get a chance to hear the sides of the other individual. Did you ever hear the gentleman, the 7-footer that talk about that incident?
No, I didn't. Bruh, I didn't.
He quit basketball after
that. What? Hold on. Yeah. You mean to tell me Vince Carter dunked on this man?
Yeah.
And put this man in retirement off being dunked on?
Yes. Facts. Straight from the horse's mouth. Word. You can look it up on YouTube.
But you know what? I really can't blame him, man. You went viral off being dunked on by Vince Carter.
Bro, first of all, y'all, see, if you don't play sports, you don't play basketball, you don't understand, like, but even you should, as a matter of fact, to jump over someone who is 7 foot tall. Now, I'm not saying the 7-footer bent over, y'all. I'm not saying the 7-footer cleared itself, shrunk itself, made itself smaller. He was standing straight up. In the game of basketball, your job is to stop the person from getting to the rim or shooting the ball to the basket. That's the object of the game. The 7-footer's job was to make sure that Vince Carter didn't shoot the ball. He wasn't going to just sit there and duck. He didn't even know Vince Carter was going to try to do that. And Vince Carter said, even in a record episode of the Knucklehead podcast with Q and D Miles, shout out to them. He even said, he was like, yo, I just took off. I didn't know I was going to jump over him. I had no clue I was going to jump over him. What it takes to jump over a human being is absurd. But to do it over 7-footer in the middle of a basketball game is out of this world. Period. Point blank. There is no other dunk on this earth that can compare to that one. I don't care who they are. Like, in the middle of a game, you jumped over a 7-footer. You didn't body to body him and take him. No, you jumped over him. It's a difference. That's different.
No, bro, it's just like
different, my nigga.
It's just like you going outside right now, setting your basketball goal at 7 feet, and you jumping clear over a basketball goal. What? And still make the dunk? Because you still got to give him credit for making the dunk. Like, yes. you can say he jumped over him, but he made the dunk.
Right.
So he made it count. He didn't just do it to make it look good. He was like, nah, you ain't stopping me, dog. This mine. This mine.
Yo.
Shout out to you, VC, man. Shout out to you, brother.
brother, that was literally the greatest highlight I've ever in my life witnessed in real time. I happened to be watching that game, and it was just like when I was watching it in real time, I couldn't read. I just yelled. I couldn't say a word. I just remember just screaming. And my mother was like, "Yo, what is wrong with you, boy?" I'm like, Ma, Ma. And she came downstairs. I'm like, it happened. I was trying to tell her. I'm like, I couldn't even get out my mouth. I'm like, yo, this man just jumped over a 7-footer. Yo. And then let's not even talk about another VC highlight and victim that I watched in real time. Yo, I happened to be down in Miami, yo. Yes. When Vince Carter decided he was gonna posterize Mr. Alonzo Mourning, when he baptized him. Yo, that dunk was ridiculous. Yo, when I tell you, it happened in slow motion. Like, yo, first of all, the ball got tipped out. He got the ball, and the defender was going for the ball, so he put it between his legs, like behind his leg. Took one bounce, bro. And when he took the bounce, he turned his body because Alonzo came over. He took the bump in the air. Most people, when they get bumped, they're stopping their elevation. It stops them from going up. He took the bump, elevated some more, and then threw it over his own self and on Alonzo. Yo, what are we talking about, man? Alonzo's one of the greatest rim defenders of all times.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
shout out to you, Alonzo. Shout out to you, Alonzo.
Yo, Alonzo. As a matter of fact, shout out to you. And for what I heard, stop playing. Stop being so sentimental and go holler at my man VC. Word. Stop being so mad and salty about that. Go say hello to that man, man.
Yo, Alonzo. Hey, look, man, you ain't the only one, man.
Right.
He got a lot of victims. He got a lot of victims, man.
Yo, it's almost like you should be grateful that you're one of the victims in that case. Like Vince Carter is so great at dunking. You should be like grateful. Like honestly, if I was, I can't even say this, Mike, right now. I'm about to say if I was crossed over by AI, I would be grateful, but I wouldn't.
Nah, I'm gonna try to get back at you. I'm sorry, I gotta get back at you. Nah, the man in me, nah.
Yo, AI did so many men so dirty, but the one he did the dirtiest was Antonio Daniels. When he fell the first time and had his hands behind him, and then Allen Iverson hit with the other cross, and he made him touch the ground again with the other hand. I was like, nah, that ain't all right. That's not all right. That's homicide.
Oh no. I gotta disagree with that one. I gotta disagree.
Yeah, who you got? Who you got that was the worst victim of AI? Don't say Mike. Don't tell me you feel like Mike was the greatest victim.
Not even Mike, man.
Nah?
He did it Tyronn Lue, man. When he hit that man and he stepped over that man, oh my goodness, man. Could you imagine getting hit? He makes you fall, hits the shot, you fall. While you down, after he hit the shot, he steps over you and looks down at you
in front of your bench.
In front of your bench. Like, nah, bro. I don't even blame Tyronn Lue. I'm trying to fight too. Come here.
Yo, yeah. Now, see, and like the crazy part was like, and for people who don't know, because I feel like there's a lot of people who really don't understand that situation and incident. It's like in a game of basketball, an unwritten rule is you don't step over a man. You just don't step over him. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in life, you don't step over a man that's down. You walk around him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a rule of respect. So if a man does it to you, you feel some kind of way. So real rap, AI hit that shot in front of the LA bench, and the move he hit him when it was very simple. It wasn't too crazy of a cross. It was just a real simple pound dribble. And when he took the shot, he lost his footing. And honestly, AI could have walked around him, but it was legendary.
Yo, he had to add drama to that move, man. And when he stepped over him, he was like, ooh. But let's think about something though, man.
What's up?
This is Imperfect Fathers, right?
Facts.
Let's think about what happens when life knocks you down, though. Do you allow life to step over you? Or you get back up?
Facts.
You know, a lot of times, life don't play fair, man. life is like, to be real with you, life is like Vince Carter.
Talk
Every
to me.
time you turn around, he coming. And the first step is quick. So no matter what position you in, either you're gonna guard him or you're gonna stand under the basket. Either way, you gotta see him.
Facts.
You can't run away from it. Either you're gonna take the embarrassment and come back, or are you willing to stand up and try to fight?
Facts.
Because I mean, being a father it ain't easy, man. What they
Yo.
I mean,
now that you put it in that term, bro, I feel like being a father is like being Alonzo Mourning or Mutombo with a team of like Vince Carter's and Michael Jordan's coming at you on a regular basis. Like every time you turn around, one of these jokers is flying at your head. You dig what I'm saying? One of these is trying to climb you and literally take you out. Yeah. But the thing about it is like, yo, what you gonna do? Run away and let him just have your basket? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna let him hang on your rim all day long? Nah, you're gonna have to fight it. You're gonna have to fight back. And I think the most important thing for us as fathers that's like not spoke about enough is our own resilience. How dope it is for us to keep fighting. Because like, do you know, like, there are so many men that don't even know how strong they are because they never take the time to do the audit.
True.
Yo, my wife just told me the other day she was proud of me, and it was so out of the blue and so random that I had to ask her, what were you proud about? Because in my mind, I didn't do anything that was warranting like being proud at that moment. You understand what I'm saying? I was just like, I'm looking around like, man, what did I do? So when I asked her, she goes, yo, you haven't worked a job in 3 years. And we out you out here making your dream come true. Like it's worth saying, yo, you're doing a good job. I was like, when she said that, it was like almost like that Rocky scene when he was fighting the Russian, and she was like, he's like, what do you want me to do? Win.
Ooh.
Yo, what you gonna do with that kind of energy? Let me ask you a question. As a man, as a husband, as a father, as a leader, what does that do to you when you know the person that you are laying with every night, the person that's closer to you than anyone else on the face of the planet, when that person is all the way behind you and is motivating you and pushing you towards your dream? What does that feel like to you, man?
Man, the very first feeling, man, is nothing in this world can stop me. Nothing. Nothing. You can't say nothing. It ain't an action you could do to me to make me stop. Because guess what? My biggest support system got my back. So no matter what goes on, I know they got my back. When I feel like I don't do enough, they got my back. Right. When everything may not go right, they still got my back. So when things go right, and you still rocking with me, come on, man. It's nothing in this world that can stop me, man. And then also, as a man, everybody don't support you, bro.
No.
I'm just being real. Everybody don't support you.
Come on, let's talk about it. You ain't lying.
You're gonna see a lot of fake love. You're gonna see a lot of people that try to rock with you just for the opportunities. But at the same time, man, you got somebody that's unconditionally rocking with you and want to see you do better. And then in the process of trying to help you do better, come on, man. You can't do nothing but applaud that, man.
Yo, shoot. Yo, listen, when you said helping to do better, so like let's talk about that. I've seen situations that there's a man out there, or some men out there that their woman is talking that support, right? Mm-hmm. She's talking that like, yo, you got to do better. You got to do better. You can be better. But there's something you said just now, to help to be better. Like, it's one thing when someone is saying something to you.
Yeah.
But when they're actually helping you be better, i.e. holding you accountable to not what they said, but to what you told them. Come on. Because that's one of us, our crucial thorns in our side as men and husbands, and especially fathers as well. We don't like hearing what we said when we didn't do what we said we was going to do. We don't like hearing that. We don't like hearing, well, didn't you say you was gonna? We hate that. But the one thing about it is that that's the true definition of accountability. And if
True.
your woman is not telling you and holding you accountable, like I said before, not based upon what she said to you, but what you told her you was going to do for yourself, the family as a whole, well, guess what? There's an issue.
True. True.
So
True.
like, how many times and like, yo, I'm gonna be raw. It's been plenty of times where I told my wife I was gonna do something, and she's like, yo, you said you was gonna do it. And the moment she said that, I got aggravated and annoyed. How many times have you gotten annoyed when your wife has held you accountable?
Ooh, listen, man. I just get quiet. Cause I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I said it. I can't even get mad at you because I
Right.
said it. And because
Mhm.
I didn't do it, it's not your fault. So I get quiet and I say to myself, why I didn't do it. You know, right
Mhm.
out the gate, why I didn't do it. And you know why a lot of times we don't do it though?
Watch that.
Because we so quick to say stuff and not act on it.
Mm-hmm. That's a
We'll say
fact.
it, but we don't act
Facts.
on it. We don't act on it.
Shit, let's talk about how long were we talking about even doing the podcast, kid? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, listen, like a lot of things, everything is easier said than done. Let's just put it out there, fellas. Let's
Yeah.
call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
It's easy to sit here and be like, yo, are we gonna do X, Y, Z and talk it up? Because even like for the podcast, we had phenomenal conversations and everything about leading up to the podcast.
Yeah.
And we like, yo, we can do this, we can do this. Months later, here we are now. You see what I'm saying? So it's like we have to make sure that our actions is aligned with our words. And I've also learned that a lot of us need to shut up and just start doing.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Stop
Yeah.
talking so much and just start doing it.
Yeah.
Because one thing I learned, bro, and this is for myself, but I teach this, but I've even learned this myself firsthand. A lot of us dudes that don't have fathers in our lives and have that, and we've grown up, we've searched for validation, and we search for validation in all kinds of ways. But in that search for validation, what we didn't realize is that we were trying to prove something to someone else. But the truth of the matter is, we'll never be able to prove it to someone else until we prove it to ourselves first. See, once you prove it to yourself, someone else can see what? The proof,
Yeah.
right? They
Yeah.
see your life, your situation, your circle, because that is the proof of what you have been trying to prove. If you go ahead and prove it to yourself, like, yo, listen, I am a good man. I am a man that stands on business. I am a man that stands on my 10 toes. I'm 10 toes down in what I say. I mean what I say, and I do what I say. And I say what I say, and I do what I do, and I mean what I say. If you can stand on your promise as a man, bro, listen, 10 toes down. At the end of the day, listen, let them see the proof later on. Prove it to yourself. And that's why now, bro, like I've had that opportunity to sit down and talk to some real dope dudes over the last 2 years. And I realized they're just men like us.
Yeah.
So in all actuality, I should not be trying to prove nothing to them. I simply should be just proving it to myself, and then my life will be the proof.
True. I think a lot of times though, man, we search for validation because we see what we want. And most
Yeah.
of the time, a lot of these people have what we want. So we try to prove
Right.
something to them
Right.
because we feel like,
Right.
okay, if I prove this to them, maybe I get what they got. But at the same time, we don't know the journey that they took to get what they got.
Yo. Are you ready for this? Because you just brought a phenomenal story to mind that just happened to me when I was like, I think my 19th birthday when I was living in New York, and I was just now coming into my own. No, I think I was like 20. I just bought my first car, my own car. Like I bought my first car with my cash.
Ooh.
So you know how that go, car. Like the first 3 months of you having the car, you wash it 3 times a day.
Yes, sir.
Everywhere you go, you got a rag. You understand me? You busting it down. No matter somebody touch your door, you be like, hold up. So
Yeah.
there was a car wash around my way that everybody frequented because they cleaned your car immaculately. And then the inside was always legit. Like the guys they had they cared about the car. And every day it would be like a different high class car that would be facing the street. So it could be a Ferrari one day, Maserati the next, a Porsche the next. Like it would just be cars. So, as a young guy that's coming up, that's in the street, that's trying to figure out and get this bag and get just more glitz and more glamour, because I was really chasing just, if I'm honest, pussy all day.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how to shine bright, how to get more money so I could get more toys. So one day I said to myself, I'm gonna find out whose cars these are. Just like that. Because like somebody's bringing these cars here. I gotta talk to this dude. So one Saturday morning, I got up early because I'm hitting the streets, and I went to the car wash, and there was this Italian gentleman that was sitting in the front smoking a cigar. Now, I'm talking about gold rings on all fingers, 3 to 4 big chains. You just know he Italian. Like, and if you're from
Yeah.
New York, you know what time it is with him. So when I seen him, I was like, yo, I gotta pick his brain because I need to either get with him on something that he's doing that I need to be a part of. If you know, or I need to figure out what he's doing legitimately so I can learn. So I go and he's sitting down on the bench inside of the car wash, and he got a cigar. And I'm like, damn, if he's blowing a cigar in here, he don't care nothing about the laws of the land. Like, he just blowing a cigar inside of the car wash. Like, and when I went to go sit down next to him, the lady came over and gave him a receipt, but the receipt was like a printout. And he goes, my numbers. He just says his numbers. So now I'm putting 2 and 2 together. Wait a minute. You own this shit. This is
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah.
So now I'm even more intrigued. So I'm like, yo, listen, sir. Like, let me ask you a question. What did you do to get this? I'm a young guy like that's coming up right now. I want to learn. Like, what does it do? Because I honestly I want to live like this. I want a business. I want those cars out there. Are those your cars out there? He goes, yeah, those are my cars. You like them, huh, kid? I'm like, man, yeah. And so at first he gives me the usual jargon of work hard, you can get anything you want. So I begin to tell him, and he began to hear my heart about how I really wanted it. I'm like, man, I really wish I had. And when I said I wish that I had what he had, he looked at me and he put his cigar down. He's like, yo, you don't know, you don't want that. You don't want that. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, yes, I do, because you just finished telling me you not only do you own this car wash, you also own the laundromat right next door. So I know you got a bag, and all these is your cars. I know your bag is hefty, so I do want what you have, and I am low key jealous. He was like, "Yo, but you don't know what it took for me to get it." And when he began to tell me what it took for him to get it, yo, as a young boy, I didn't want the smoke, but now as a man that has a family, I definitely don't want the smoke. You know what he told me, bro? That man said to me, "I would give up all this stuff that you say that you want right now if I can get back my daughter and my wife." All the stuff that I see him have, bro, all the businesses, everything he has was started on the foundation of their demise because it was a tragic car accident that killed them. So all his houses, all his cars, all his businesses, he would give up freely just to have his wife and his daughter back. And now as a grown man, Carl, as a grown man, I stay broke. If it comes down to me having to give up my daughter and my wife and my son, I'll be broke for the rest of my life, happily, just to have them. If me having to sacrifice them to get another level of publicity or fame or money, I'm going to be the same person no matter what. I don't need it. I need them more than I need anything else in the world, bro. So when you said that you don't know what somebody else paid, yo, it's so important for us to really, really push that message. Don't be jealous of anyone else because you don't know what it takes, what it costs them. And you don't want to pay that price tag because that man's price tag for everything he had in my book was way too expensive. And I'm not willing to pay that.
Oh man, you right though, because you think about, man, every day right now, I know some man out there, man, going hard every single day, man, going
Facts.
hard. I mean, going hard. But
With
at the
no
end of
regard for himself.
no regards at all. But at the same time, what would happen if you died today? If you died today, what would really happen to your family? Can your family really eat off that money when you gone? Because if it don't last, now
Right.
what they got to do? So I say, if you know, oh man, there's so much value in that story, man, because you made me first thing I thought about was, have I done enough? Have I done enough? Have I really done enough to say, okay, if something happened to me today, my family is still good?
Right.
Because if I didn't, I got to get on that I got to get on that path, man.
Facts.
Because I know it's some man out there, man, saying to themselves, I thought I did enough. But if you take yourself out of the equation, have you really done enough?
Can you take yourself out the equation?
Whoo!
Like, can you take out the equation right now? And I'm gonna be honest and brutally honest right now. There is no way that I can close my eyes right now. God forbid something to happen to me, my family would be devastated because I'm not where I need to be at. And I am so much focused on doing whatever it takes to make sure that when I do close my eyes, not only are they okay, but they're also set up for their tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't just want them to be, oh, I emotionally okay. Well, Dad, he set me up for this. I know he's going to be good. And no, I don't want them to have to worry about the things that I worried about. I want their problems to be different. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because you know, more money, more problems. But I'd much rather have them have problems concerned about money of thriving rather than surviving. You understand?
Oh, for sure.
And I think that's where so many of us, let's just be honest, like we're so caught up in what things look like rather than what they are.
True.
You understand?
True.
What it looks like compared to what it actually is. And I'm learning more so even on my everyday life is like, yo, I don't give a damn what it looks like no more, P. I don't care.
Yeah. You're right.
Because at the end of the day, what does it matter? Like if it ain't legitimately from the core out what it's supposed to be, it don't matter what it look like. It's like having one of these dope ass cars from the inside, but the engine is a Hyundai. You got a Bentley, Shell, but you got a Hyundai engine in it. You understand?
Yeah, man. Oh man, you faking the funk.
Yo, speaking of faking the funk, yo, let's go back to like 02 for a second. How many times did you see niggas stunting with the Chrysler 300?
Oh, you gonna do that to me? You gonna do that to me? Oh, you gonna do that to me? Don't do that. Don't do that.
How many times you see the niggas in the Chrysler 300 trying to front like they was in the Bentley or a Phantom until one of them bad boys pulled up next to him? You understand me?
You know what I mean? Like, oh, they don't even want to look out. They don't even want to look then. They pull beside. They don't even want to look. Or they over there trying to fake look. Trying to fake look.
Yeah,
like,
yo, I've even seen jokers put the emblem on. I ain't even gonna hold you. I've been on a highway and seen an emblem on a 300. I'm like, yo, did you put a Bentley? Oh, this is crazy. Yo, the emblem probably costs more than the whole car.
Yeah, you rocking around. Come on, man. But see, that's faking the funk though. See, a lot of people right now, man, they faking the funk, man.
Yeah.
You think they got it, but really deep down, they working a 9 to 5 just like you and me.
Come on, yo, man, listen, hold up, because now you throwing shots. Now you throwing shots.
But nah,
yo,
man, because it's the perception, man. Everybody faking this perception, man. Like everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. But look above your head. What that say? Imperfect. Yeah. We all imperfect, man. We all trying to get somewhere, man. We all trying to do something. But at the same time, man, you gotta be you, man. Stop trying to impress people, because impressing people, you know what impressing people gonna do? Impressing people gonna make you broke. You're gonna be broke trying to keep up with the Joneses. Because these people, they might really got a little money to spend. But when you ain't got money to spend, you get paid on Friday and you broke on Saturday. That ain't cool, especially when you got a family looking at you. You got a wife and kids and you trying to stunt? Stunt for what?
Come on, please.
Stunting is paying your bills on time. Stunting is being ahead on your bills. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to stunt, put your family in a house. You really want to stunt. If you really want to stunt, now that's what you yo, but that's stunting, man. That's stunting, man. Because the thing is, what do your success look like?
Shoot.
You know?
That is a phenomenal question. I think that as a matter of fact, I'm gonna put that up there. And it's a great question. The reason I say that, and it really struck into my brain just now, is because just yesterday, a homegirl of mine called me. And her question to me was, RJ, help me understand, why do I feel like I'm not successful, but I feel blessed? And I was like, how do you feel successful but you don't you feel blessed, but you don't feel successful? And I began to tell her the only reason she feels that way is because she hasn't defined what success is to her. Yeah. And I think that there's so many of us in the world, period, that is basing success off what we're seeing and being presented to in all these different media outlets, i.e. social media, the news, the world, everybody around you. This is what you're thinking that we're supposed to be. But in all actuality, excuse me, but in all actuality, it's not, right? Like, chasing these fads and these trends, it's nice. You know what I'm saying? It's nice, but in their rightful place. But when you're talking about what do you really want out of life, what is your definition of success? Like, my definition of success is different than yours, Carl, and yours is going to be different than mine.
Yes, sir.
But what we have to do is we have to base our lives on, in our real lives, not our perceptions, but our real lives, where we are and where we're trying to get to. And based upon that, set goals, set standards for us to go reach. And then guess what? Then you're automatically qualified. You're already considered successful, because anybody that's chasing a preconceived goal, in my mind, is already a success. Anytime that you say, yo, I'm going to do something, I'm going to set myself out to go do it, and you begin to go on that journey to do that thing, you are already a success in my book.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But see, the thing is, man, you got to really, those goals, man, those goals,
Yeah.
you got to be, man, you got to be on it, on it, on it. Because once you make that goal, man, you got to stick to it. You got to
Facts.
stick to it. And don't let nobody tell you your goal ain't good enough. Don't let somebody tell you that, nah, I think you need to do something different. Because at the end of the day, whatever you set that goal for is for you. It ain't
Facts.
for them. It's for you. And especially if you're a man and you got a family and your kids looking at you every single day because you got to put food on the table, you know, and when you got to put food on the table and put a roof over your head, at the end of the day, man, you got to set a lot of goals.
Yes,
and I mean, because every day you wake up, man, you gotta have a goal in mind. And some of us got a couple goals in mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then,
But
you know,
let me ask you a question about goals, though, right fast. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you
I want to
good.
ask you a question about goals, because I think that when we say certain words, like certain catchphrases, like goals, like we generalize them and we don't tell them how to go after them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, and also too, we don't even talk about how us men personally should have 3 goals throughout the day. The first goal is, have you taken care of your health, your 4 planes, your mental, your spiritual, your emotional, and your physical? Have you given yourself what you needed? Right?
Yeah.
It's 2. Second one is your goals. What is your purpose goals? Why are you here? Are you building a business? Are you working? Are you climbing a corporate ladder? Are you trying to thrive and become better at version of person that you are at work? Or are you building a side business? What are you doing? What's your purpose here? Are you working towards that? And third, but definitely not least, what are your goals for your family? What kind of husband are you becoming to your family? What kind of father are you becoming to your family? What kind of leader are you becoming to your family? And then this question right here was presented to me by one of my mentors a few years back. He says, how do your children, how do your wife experience you? What is their experience? What do they experience when they experience you? Is it a pleasant one? Is it an uplifting one? Or is it a down one? How are they experiencing you? So once you go through those 3 goals of your physical health, your purpose, and your family, bro, you're tired. You should be exhausted.
Oh.
And this is why I celebrate men who are tired, Carl. When a man
You just
tells me,
said
yo,
something. I'm sorry.
I'm tired.
I'm sorry.
Now, go ahead. Tell
I'm
me.
sorry.
Talk
I'm
to
sorry.
me.
How do your family see you? How they see you? You out here doing 40 plus hours.
Yeah.
Thinking you doing something for your family. But how do they see you?
Are you giving them the same energy when you go home? Are you giving the leftovers?
The leftovers, to be honest. I've been there. You giving them the leftovers. I've been there. So you can't tell me you giving them your best.
Carl.
I've been
Come
there.
on, Carl.
So because if you want to get up here and lie and throw in the comments, nah, I give them my best. Now you can't. You can't. 40 plus hours a week. And when you get home, man, it's only 2 things you're going to do. 3 things. You're going to eat. You're going to say something. You're going to shower. 4 things. And go to bed.
That's it.
Because you got to do this all over again.
Facts.
And if you sit here and tell that lie and say I give them everything I got, you lying because you're giving it to the job.
Yes.
You're giving it to the job. Let me tell you
something. And don't feel condemned in that. We're not sitting here condemning you.
No.
Because we know that it takes that. In
Yeah.
the era, in the life that we're in right now, it's taking our men that they're perfect ones. We ain't talking about the ones that that are making 200,000 a week. You understand? We ain't talking about y'all big ballers. Y'all have a whole different. Y'all shouldn't be watching us right now. Okay, like we talk about the fellas who's getting out the mud. That's living a real life, not the clubhouse life, not the Instagram life.
Yeah.
We're talking about the real life that the men that have to work 2 and 3 jobs just to make the ends touch 1-2 times a month.
Yeah, man.
Talking about those men, because the man that's going out and working 2 or 3 jobs, I know what he feels like, because you know why? We are him. We go through what it takes to provide for our families. And guess what? After a certain amount of hours of the day, you come home and all you really want to do is just catch a vibe of relaxation, because you know you got to do it all over again. But see, guess what? There are 3, well, in my case, there's 3 other people that's depending on my energy. That's depending on what I'm giving them. So it's certain days where I have to get out of what I feel like, Carl. Right?
Ooh.
Right? We got to get out of what we feel like doing, because the truth of the matter is we don't feel like doing none of that shit.
Nah, not at all. Not at
like,
all.
When you done bust your behind in the whole day and you out in the street and you come home and guess what? Now your wife is down. She got a cold, or in my case, she has kidney stones and it's knocked her off her feet. Guess what? When I walk through that door, all that tired shit's out the window, because guess what? My kids got to eat now. I got to go in that kitchen and pick up slack.
Yeah.
Because I said till death do us part, not until her kidney stones do us part. You dig what I'm saying? So I know what it takes, because, and I get passionate about this because I lived this. Do you know one time, bro, I was working so hard in the era when my kids was first born that I fell asleep at a stoplight, right? At a light. So long, right? With my foot on the brake, I fell asleep so long at a light that a cop came up on the side of my window, knocked on my window, woke me up, scared the piss out of me, and asked me, first question, sir, are you drunk? Are you intoxicated? I said, officer, no, I'm just really tired. I've been working almost 16 hours every day, and I'm on the way to the barbershop so I can get a haircut, so I can get back home to get to work. He's like, yo, you're going home. You're not going to the barbershop. Where do you live? You sat here at this light and I watched you 4 cycles of the light. I thought at some point you would get out of your car because something was wrong with your car. And then I waited behind your car and you still didn't get out. You're tired. Go home. You're the cop. Followed me to my house and saw fit that I got out of my car and went home.
Yo, shout out to him, man. Shout out to him.
Yes, indeed.
Shout out to him, man.
Shout out to him, man. Yeah. Because for real, bro, like I was exhausted and I was going on fumes. And one thing, to your point you said earlier, we just go. We don't take the time to see where our energy level is at, or how we are at any 4 planes of our health, because we just have to keep going and provide. But I want to implore every man out there, just take a moment, see where you are, and if you are working to the point where you're not getting no sleep, if you are working to the point where you're short with everybody in your life, I advise you to take a step back and find some time, because trust me, there is. See, where you're thinking that there's no time for you to get no rest, no space to relax and find some peace, put your cell phone down. Stop scrolling. If you watching this podcast right now, instead of getting you some rest between your shifts, turn this off. We'll be here when you get back. You can press pause and get some rest, bro. Listen to us while you work, because what we have to start doing is being more conscious of what we're doing with our time and being smart about it, because there's no reason why you can do more with 24 hours and we got the same 24 hours.
Yeah.
We just have to plan and use our time wisely, man. And that right there, it brought passion out to me. And I didn't mean to go on a whole tangent, but like I remember what that felt like, bro. Even right now, there's certain days where I'm podcasting, I'm speaking, I'm coaching, and I look up and I'm like, man, I ain't slept in a day and a half. You understand? Like, and once I realized that, it's like, whoa, let me slow down, because guess what happens? When you start running frantic like that and you're not getting no rest, you end up shooting yourself in the leg.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I've been there. Literally. Literally. You've been there literally. Yeah, it really happened to you. Watch out. But yo, man, you know what? The thing is, man, with that, man, is we all been there though. Like, I remember sleeping in my car at the job, but the car was on. I started the car to go home.
Let me see. Unpause. But all right. Yeah. Yo, listen, technical difficulties will happen on the Imperfect Fathers podcast because at the end of the day, none of it's perfect.
Oh yeah, you're
and,
right. You're right.
and the best part is, like, I'm comfortable in it because I ain't got to be perfect. See, all you other individuals out there just trying to be perfect, you're wasting your energy.
You got
You're
that
wasting
right.
energy,
You got
baby.
that right. Hey, but listen, man, life ain't perfect either though.
No, sir. No,
Like
sir.
since we imperfect fathers, life ain't perfect.
No, damn sure ain't. And nothing about it is. And honestly, even when we go to take it to the good book, is that we shouldn't even be trying to be perfect, because if we do that, we cancel God out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we cancel out God, because once our imperfections set in, that's when we can see his mighty works. Like, when we can't, that's when he steps in. Like, in our imperfections, his strength is made known. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'd much rather be imperfect so I can see the hand of God move in my life. And like, that's the reason why so many things in my life now are transpiring and happening and going. Even this podcast and me and you collabing, is that because I've said, you know what, God, I'm not going to go on my will no more. I'm going to just let you have your way. I'm going to just submit to you and let your will be your way. And I'm going with it. Whatever you do, you do. Because the truth of the matter, but behind the scenes, look for everybody else listening. Yo, me and Carl, he wanted to work. I wanted to work.
Yeah.
This is why we're here.
Yeah.
He brought up a conversation to me, spoke his heart. I'm like, yo, listen, that's my heart. Let's get to work.
Yeah.
And at the end of it all, now we here in this platform right now, coming together, collabing, doing what we need to do so we can move forward together as a brotherhood. You dig what I'm saying? So, like I said again, bro, life is going to continue life. And one thing is true about life. The moment you set an intention, distractions is going to step up. Promise you that.
Oh
The
yeah.
moment you set an intention, distraction is going to show its ugly head. Even this morning, we said, yo, we're gonna start recording at 9. We didn't get on until almost 9:30 because microphone issues, technical difficulty issues. My office was in a shamble earlier.
Yeah.
Things happen because we set an intention. But one thing you can't do is allow those distractions to distract you from your intention.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't stop you. Can't stop.
Nah,
You can't
definitely
allow
can't.
nothing to stop you, man. You can't, because you got too many, again, like you said earlier, you got too many people depending on you, man. Too many. And you
Fact.
fall, and if you fall, what you think gonna happen to them? What you think gonna happen to them?
Man,
Ain't nobody gonna step up for them,
nobody.
you know?
Fact.
So it's
Yo.
like you gotta, as a man, always, I was taught this early. Every good man got an answer to a great man. You
Wow.
cannot, I don't care how you do it.
Ooh,
Every good man,
Woo.
every good man got an answer to a great man.
Facts.
And if you don't have a great man in your life, you need to get to looking. Because it's things in this world you really want. It's things in this world you want for your family. And let's be honest, we don't have all the answers.
No,
We don't.
definitely.
We don't. But if you good trying to be great, how you gonna be great with somebody just being good? You can't be. Both of y'all just can't be good.
No,
Like, because you ain't. Where you going? My question is, where you going? But if you want to be great, guess what? You got to find a great man to follow, man. And every great man follow a greater man. And every greater man look up.
Follows the man.
The man.
Yo, so fellas, we about to get up out of here. I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes,
excited
sir.
because we're just going to continue to be imperfect with our content. We're going to continue to be imperfect what we're doing in life, because, like I said, our definition of imperfect is not an excuse. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we say we're imperfect, it's not giving us an excuse to continue to slack or to fall down on our laurels or to lay back. No, it's understanding that we have somewhere that we can be better at. It's another level of greatness still that we have to go after, right? We're never settling, always going after it. So in this moment, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in with us this episode. Just understand that this year, 2024 coming up, we are going to be consistent. I have made a goal. I have made a plan, and a strategy that we're going to stick to, that we are not going to divulge from, that we're not going to part from. I got told Carl, the only reason we're not recording is that God got to come down on earth in the flesh again, pull up on me, tell me, son, you're not recording today, and it's sure enough got to be him, and then we'll talk about it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Then we'll talk about it. But
we'll talk about
it. Until then, you're gonna see us here on this podcast at this very same time every single week with no excuses. Because at the end of the day, it's all about showing up, not just for ourselves, but showing up for y'all. See, we know what it feels like to be sitting in those cubicles. We know what it feels like to be behind that wheel, that steering wheel, and just providing and need something to help get you through mentally, something to listen to. And we promise that we're going to continuously be that dope podcast to give you something to rock to, listen to, and get you through your day. So with that being said, your call, give these people their final words before we get up out of here.
Listen, man, life going to be hard, man. It's going to be hard. I don't care how you look at it. You're going to have people trying to pull you back. You're going to have people trying to talk you down. But in order to not hear none of that, only thing you got to do is stand up. If you stand up, you can't hear it. And to every man in this world, and you listen to this podcast right now, only thing I ask you, man, to do is stand up.
Stand up, my guy. Listen, I'm excited. I'm pleased, and I'm motivated. I'm inspired. Yeah. I'm grateful, and I want every man that's listening to embody those words. Right? Don't just say them. Be them. Be grateful. Be inspired. Be encouraged. Because at the end of the day, if you want anything out of life, you have to go for it. It's not going to come to you. And in the process of you going to it, is going to be distractions and obstacles set up purposely. They are not just for you to quit. They're for your journey. It's for your character. So continue to fight the good fight, my guys. Continue to be imperfect and continue to strive to reach the mark of the high calling. And I'm telling you, everything that you desire, everything that you want is on the other side of the very trial and circumstance that you've been trying to avoid. So go through it, grow through it, and God will be with you the whole step. With that being said, we're going to be with you through the whole steps. But then until the next time that we see y'all in these podcast streets, you know the vibes. But if you don't, I'm going to tell you anyway. Be good to yourself and the ones around you. And if you can't be good to the ones around you, do yourself a favor. Get those people from around you. Yo, this is your boy RJD, the Imperfect Gentleman, and
Coach Carl P.
Man, this has been another dope episode of the Imperfect Fathers Podcast. Y'all be blessed. Like I promise you, we will. Peace,
yes, sir. Out of here.